Hey guys, welcome back. We are in Concord, North Carolina at Lionel headquarters. I'm going to show you what's behind the scenes at both their headquarters building and at their retail store, which is in a mall nearby. So let's get started right now. So we got Ryan here with Lionel, and he's going to show us around, kind of be our narrator for part of this tour. And we're standing here in just the entryway, the lobby area of Lionel, correct, Ryan? And
correct.
Talk about a couple of things on display and what's going on up here.
Sure. Well, welcome to everybody here to our headquarters. We're happy to have you. Happy to have you here, James, and everybody else through your lens. This is our main corporate office. We have all of our operations centered here in the U.S. This is really mainly a corporate office and warehouse facility. We do have some production that we do here in-house as well, which we'll be taking a look at shortly. But as far as a main visitor center goes and things like that, while we had a retail store operation here in the front part of the lobby for a number of years, we've recently moved that over to the Concord Mills Mall, which is about 5 miles from here up the road, and we'll be visiting there later on. So if you're want to come to see Lionel and actually see trains running and great displays and all of that, that's a wonderful public visitor center for us that's in a very well-trafficked area and gives us a lot of things that we'll be talking about later. But to give you a true behind-the-scenes look at our offices, facilities here, and everything that's going on, I wanted to invite you in behind the red door and show you around a little bit. We do have just a couple of little cases of things in here in the lobby, which are probably due to be updated pretty soon, since some of it represents some pretty old product. But one of the really cool things that we have here is a breakdown of one of the 783 Hudsons that shows people just how much goes into one of these locomotives. And of course, by comparison to this, today's locomotives are even more complex and filled with electronics and boards and so forth, and lots of additional detail parts and whatnot. But it is kind of impressive when you see one of these broken down into all its multitude of parts, just how many things go into even a relatively simple locomotive like this Hudson. We also have some of our great Diecast Collectibles here. The reason that our facilities ended up here in North Carolina has a lot to do with our racing division. And we do some wonderful work on the Lionel Diecast side, replicating each week's races in NASCAR for all the teams. The graphics and the details on here are really impressive, especially in my opinion when you get to some of the things like the race win cars here, which are done the way the car looked at the end of the race, including confetti and rub marks and so forth on the things. It's really an impressive thing. Whether you're a racing guy or not, I think as models they stand alone. And while we have our rivet counters in the train world, we have our confetti counters in the racing world, who actually get into the details on those cars. So it's pretty cool part of the company that we have here. And,
cool.
With that, let's take a look inside.
Time to go behind the red door.
Well, we're here in the CEO's office now. Introduce Howard Hitchcock, President and CEO of Lionel. He's the man in charge, the man that makes all of this possible. So we say lots of nice things about him when we're in his office. But welcome. We've been doing a lot of renovations here in the office over the last couple of months, as I said, getting everybody in under one roof. So this is a great place to start in the second floor, and then we'll take a quick look at the Cube Farm outside, where we have all of our creative, sales, marketing, production, and racing teams for racing and trains both out here. So core of operations, and where all the hard work happens.
So now that we found the CEO of Lionel, I wanted to take a moment to say hi to you, Howard. Thanks for talking to the audience about your products and showing us the facility and allowing us to see it. You got anything you'd like to talk to our viewers about?
Well, sure. First, I wanted to introduce myself. I'm Howard Hitchcock, CEO of Lionel Trains. Welcome to Concord, North Carolina. I'm glad you guys are here to take a tour through our facility. We're very proud of some of the things we've been doing, both physically to the location, of course, with the team, and to, of course, our products, innovations, and some of the directions of where our products are going. So there's always a lot of excitement here. It's absolutely a work hard, play hard type of environment. Our folks are I think, the greatest team in the train industry, and I think the results that we put out prove it. But you know, the cool part is we're a family. Everybody has a lot of fun, and we enjoy being here and doing what we do for you guys, the collectors, the fans, the customers. So hopefully you enjoy our products as much as we enjoy making them for you. Enjoy the tour, enjoy the conversation, and hopefully I'll run into you at some point in the future.
All right, Ryan, we're in the break room, basically.
Yeah, we call this collaboration station. It's sort of a large multi-purpose room area that we have for a number of uses. It is sort of a little bit of a break room. We have some things in here to come and unwind and de-stress a little bit, which is a nice thing to have in part of the company. It's also a nice place to come and have breakout meetings or sit and discuss topics and issues in something a little less formal than one of our regular meeting rooms, which are your typical meeting room, right? Table and four walls and laptops and so forth. But this is a neat little area that has some of our decorations and art and serves multi-functions throughout the year. We've even done some Christmas events and other things in this area, in this space. This is our customer service tech area. This is where we do all of our service repairs on the warranty product here in the company. We have 4 techs right now who work at various stations, tearing down, fixing, rebuilding product. This is our main service area and sort of a modeler's workshop dream if you've got projects that you're working on. And then once everything has been repaired, everything comes out here to our test track, and it runs for a minimum of 2 to 3 hours before being finally checked off on and going back into its packaging to come back to you. So everything that we do here is tested thoroughly, not only for whatever issue it may have come in with, but for anything else that may be going on there too. So we know that it's working at 100% before we send it back to you. This is our main call center here. So if you have any customer service issues, whether you send in an email or or give us a phone call at 1-800-4-LIONEL or talk to us at lionel.com. This is the call center where all of those things come in. We haven't quite opened this yet for the morning, so it's a good time to pop in here before the phones are busy and the team's hard at work. But this is where all the action happens here. We have an outstanding customer service team, starting here with the people in the call center, on up through our techs, which we'll be visiting next. But we're here to serve you any way we can to get things right for you. So in order to maintain our products and to service warranty claims, but also to provide parts for things that have been around for a number of years, we have a very large inventory of customer service parts here in the facility. Everything that you're looking at, up to and including the first rack of tall racks here, is all customer service parts. It's not general inventory for the company. So this includes tens of thousands of small parts, each of which is individually tagged and numbered in bins and ready to go. So whatever you may need, you can go onto our website. We have exploded parts diagrams and piece counts for just about everything in the system, more and more going up every week. And you can go in there, click on the item, scroll down, find the part that you need, click on order, and you order it right there from the website. Our team here in customer service picks those parts and gets them off to you. And our goal on that is to have turnaround time in under a week for you on a parts request if you're looking for parts. So this is one of our biggest parts of the operation for customer service. And until you really get into the warehouse and see the Indiana Jones coffers of parts to get some sense of the size and the magnitude of these things, it's hard to appreciate the volume of what we have. And this all just recently in the past couple of months moved from another facility across the street here in-house to our main facility, so we're all under one roof now. And we're really glad to finally be together as a full team. All right, well, we're here in James's basement with all of his trains that he never tells you about.
Yeah.
This is actually our main Lionel warehouse here. As you can see, it covers quite a bit of square footage. We've got a lot of trains here in stock, and this is where everything comes in and goes out. This is the main receiving dock, so you'll see pallets of things coming in from the manufacturers, and then as well as getting wrapped up and sent back out to our dealers and distributors everywhere. So it's always busy in here, and as we enter the fourth quarter, it's about to be very busy. We'll be running 2 shifts a day, 6 days a week here in the warehouse for the next couple of months to get everything out to you on time. So we've come to a different area of the warehouse. We have a display here that we're currently working on. While we don't have an operating public train display here at the main office. This is one that we're rebuilding and getting ready to go on the road again. This will be making its public debut in a few more weeks at York, Pennsylvania, at the TCA meet there. So you get sort of a sneak peek here of this. Lauren Morris, our events coordinator, has been leading the charge on doing the revamping of scenery and so forth, and we've rewired and gotten everything ready. We have a number of displays that we keep here in storage that do travel throughout the year to different events all around the country. And we're still here in the warehouse at Lionel. One of the things I wanted to point out for those who are looking for sort of, again, to be able to chance to come here and see behind the doors, but also a great deal. Every year we do an annual warehouse sale. This year it will be November 8th, 9th, and 10th. The second week in November. It's usually right around the first week in November every year. So if you're watching this on rerun in 2021, look around the counter at that time. Right now we're at the time of the year where we're going through dealer returns and so forth, and making sure each set that we put out is tested and guaranteed and good to run for you. So if you're looking for a great deal on some trains that have come back to us, or overstock items and old items that have just turned up, it's a great place to come and visit us in November. So we're here at our in-house production area now. We're going to start off with our large paint booth. We do a number of different projects here in-house. We've been doing things here at Lionel headquarters now for about 3 years. We haven't fired up the paint booth yet today, but this will be going here very shortly as we put out a couple hundred models a day. And then we will be over in the production room here shortly. But we're very happy to have the facility here in-house and the ability to bring production at some level at least back to the United States and back in-house at Lionel itself. So it's not all just an import game here at the company any longer. And we do a lot of work here. All right, well, we're here in the heart of our production facility in-house. We've got a couple of projects going on. We don't do any injection molding in-house. Our molded parts come either from a factory in Virginia or a factory in Pennsylvania. Some pieces do come in from overseas, like our die-cast trucks and so forth. Once the parts come in here, they're assembled. For those who've built kits, simple kits of their own in the past, it's a lot like doing that, just doing it several hundred times in an 8-hour shift. So it's not quite the nice, relaxing one-off that you get to do at home. But you know the basic process. After the pre-assembly is done, cars are taken out to the paint booth that you've seen earlier, given a coat of paint, and then they come in here to be printed and decorated, and then final assembly and packaging takes place here as well. So right now we have a couple of projects going on in-house. We're building some Polar Express Lion scale covered hoppers, as well as some personalized products and a number of other things in various stages going on. You can see we've got some stock cars getting built. We've got wood chip hoppers that are next up in the line on the racks. So lots of stuff going on. Typically there's one project in pre-production, a project being painted, a project being printed, and other projects being finally assembled and getting ready for pack out. So it's a constant stream of things through here. In addition to the things that you see cataloged, we do a very large volume of custom work for clubs. In fact, so much so that we've started cutting back the number of pieces we can catalog a year out of this room, because we've had a lot of great business with our club, as well as personalized. So if you want a true one-off car, if you go to lionelstore.com, you'll see a personalized section there. We have cars for birthdays, anniversaries, Christmases, recognition of people in the armed services, as well as first responders. You can even get a boxcar for your dog or cat. Personalize it, upload the picture, upload your own text on the website. We download that here, format the art, print it out, and ship it out to you. So you can have a truly unique piece of Lionel trains on your layout. Right now it's all O gauge, but we do expect this to expand into the HO market as well once we get parts and pieces in stock. Take a look over here at our printers.
Affectionately called Bert and Ernie, right?
Yes, we have two printers here in stock. We've got Bert and Ernie. We started off with one. Over the last couple of years, we've actually been increasing our capacity. This started off as a facility with 2 full-time employees, 1 printer, and the paint booth. And we're now up to 5 employees, 2 printers, and working pretty much as hard as we can to keep up with demand. What we do here is it's not a traditional pad printing method like you would be used to in some of our other facilities. But if you take a look at one of the cars that we've done here recently, this is for one of our clubs. You can see the quality of the print that we get off of this, and it's very much just like putting a train car into an inkjet printer at home and then printing right on the surface. So there's no physical contact between a pad and the model anywhere in this process. But these printers do a great job of some very complex deco schemes and fades and things like that that you just wouldn't be able to do otherwise with traditional printing methods.
Looks like it's going right now with some printing. Pretty neat process.
So first it will lay down a primer, and then it'll come back through and put on the final coat. Here we are in our engineering and test lab at Lionel. We've got a number of projects at any given time out here on the layout. Right now what you're looking at is the first prototype of our new Lyon Chief Plus 2.0 Big Boy. This is a Lion Master version of the Big Boy, so it's a little bit smaller than the full scale version, which we have one of those sitting here behind. This is the prototype from the Vision Big Boy in 2014. So to give you a sense of comparison here, there's your scale Big Boy. Here's the Lion Master Big Boy. And the nice thing about this is with this little bit of compression, as well as a few other changes that we've made to the drive, mechanisms and so forth, this is an 072 minimum curve scale locomotive, and this locomotive will go around an 031 minimum curve. So for just a little bit of reduction, you still get the overall feel, mass, and size of a big steam locomotive in an engine that will go around the tightest curves on an O-gauge layout. But here you can see, again, a prototype. We're starting to do some tuning and tear down and testing. Once we get everything to our satisfaction here at this end, it'll go back over to the production facility, make sure that everything is right there, and then this will go into production. So we'll see another set of samples before we do that. So there's always a prototype or two out here on the layout being tested. We can test any of our scales. We have loops for O and S gauge, as well as an HO test loop here in the room, as well as we get more and more into HO. And that's becoming a very big part of our product line, a very big part of the engineering team's job and development time. And it's exciting because it's putting a lot of new things across the line. So as we miniaturize electronics, as we miniaturize control systems, and come up with new technologies to make things work in HO, there's a lot of benefit to that to the entire product line as we find ways of getting things into smaller boards and so forth, which is part of the reason that we've been able to upgrade our Lyon Chief Plus line of things. As you look around the walls, you'll see a number of different locomotives and prototypes. As I said, we get test samples of everything that comes in here, and then we hang on to them afterwards. These typically don't go back out to the market, so this sort of becomes our working archive of product here in-house. As we go to future runs and whatnot, we'll have something to work from, as well as sometimes tearing down and using as test beds for new projects and new ideas. So just about everything you see on the walls around here was a first-off prototype at some point or another in the production line that we hang on to here for engineering use and dissection. Well, here inside our audio studio in Lionel headquarters, I'd like to introduce you to Tracy. He's our audio engineer.
How's it going?
He makes all of the sounds come alive in these locomotives, including new sound recordings, new dialogues, sound balancing, and so forth. Tracy, I'll let you talk about it more than me, because you're the expert on all of our sounds.
I mean, you know, most of it is, some of it is actors that we've procured to do voiceovers for various engineer or tower characters. Some of it is a lot of internal stuff. We've done some new stuff with LC2 that we utilize a lot of people internally, and we're implementing that in the new LC2 stuff. Other than that, it's horns and whistles and chuffs and diesel motors and the like.
Tracy makes it sound easy, but it's a constant barrage of new things and new requests coming in here, and especially in our O-gauge products, we are known for our high quality sound.
That's correct.
In these models, and Tracy's the one who's responsible for not only making it sound good, but making it sound right.
So we're about to film the Ryan and Dave show, and there's Ryan, there's Dave, and then there is the producer, which your name is?
Sadie.
Okay, I made you talk, sorry. But yeah, so the Ryan and Dave show, you can find it on Facebook, on Lionel Trains Facebook page, which I'll put in the description of this video too. But it's a fairly regularly occurring show, right? Do you guys have
About once a month.
actual schedule? Oh, once a month? Okay. Well, so we're going to go ahead and film that, and I've already kind of plugged that on my Facebook page, so this video will be out long past that, but if you want to go back and look at it, you can go to Lionel's Facebook page and check it out, and like or subscribe to their stuff too.
Well, we're here with the best production management team on the planet. This is our project management gurus here who handle all of the development of product and making sure that everything is right from concept to delivery. This is the team that we work with. This is our cube area here. Also out in this part of the offices we have our sales and marketing teams, as well as creative and others, all very close at hand.
And your office is somewhere around here, right?
My office is right
there
at the head of the column, and this will be the first time this amazing facility has ever been seen on camera. This is my office, also the research library here for Lionel, which is a nice augment to my own resources at home. So it's good to come in and have things close at hand as we're looking up new ideas and looking for deco schemes and so forth. This is where all that gets to happen. Well, welcome to the Lionel retail store. For those who come to visit us here in Concord, this is typically where we get the most public exposure. We have an outlet here that is in the Concord Mills shopping center. It's about 5 miles from our corporate office that we were visiting all day. And so this is really a good way to sort of both introduce and also wrap up our tour for you. We opened this store as both a retail outlet, but also as a visitor center and display area about 1 year ago now. This is its first year of operation. Expanded on what we had room for back in our offices. And this really gives us a number of great things. For our guests and our visitors and our customers, it provides you with a really awesome experience with multiple operating layouts and displays, tables where the kids can play with the trains hands-on and experience the technology, a staff that's on hand and knowledgeable to answer questions for you when you come in and so forth. And then also for us as a company, more so than just a sales avenue, this is really a great opportunity for us to look at how we create product for better merchandising, for better value, finding the issues directly from a retail level that we can incorporate back at the main office into better product down the road. So we get a lot of benefits out of this in multiple fashions, and encourage anybody, if you're in the Charlotte area, make sure you come up here to the mall and stop by and take a look at this. It's really a wonderful location and a lot of fun things to see and do here, whether or not you go home with a train set.
Right now, Ryan, we're towards the back of the store at another layout. It's got some HO and O on it.
This is a new display layout that we built specifically for the store. We built this back in the office, moved it over here in several sections, and it displays a wide variety of our product. One of the neat things we did here thematically is, as you can see, we went from the typical starting point of a train under the Christmas tree, and then it transitions into a nice winter world with multiple scales represented as the trains sort of seem to climb the mountain in the distance. And then on the other side of the mountain, we have a whole other set of scenes. There's about 10 different trains that can operate around on this layout. You can run anything from high-end legacy locomotives to starter sets, HO, S-gauge. There's even an N-scale loop hidden on the future just in case we ever get into that market down the road. And this is a great feature. Also, lots of operating accessories around the layout that are activated by push buttons. So kids can come in and press the button and light things up, animate accessories and so forth. So a really great piece and a centerpiece of the new store that helps us display and show a lot of products.
Well, that's going to wrap up our visit to both the Lionel headquarters and the retail store here in Concord, North Carolina. Thanks, Ryan, for your time and
Thank
showing
you.
us around. Hopefully it gives you guys better history and knowledge about Lionel as they enter the HO scale market, and as I occasionally drop in the O scale market with a set or two on the reviews as well. We will see you guys next time right here on the channel. Take care.